Hey everyone, and welcome back to our story time. Tonight we're diving into one of the most incredible stories of friendship in the entire Bible. It's all about a shepherd boy who became a hero and the prince who became his best friend forever. Our story starts right after a huge moment. A young shepherd named David just did the impossible. He defeated a giant warrior named Goliath with just a sling and a stone. Everyone was cheering for David, but there was one person in the crowd whose heart was especially moved. That person was Jonathan, the son of King Saul. The Bible tells us that as soon as David finished talking to the king, Jonathan's soul was knit to David's soul. He loved David as he loved himself. It was like they were instant best friends, like they had known each other forever. Jonathan, being a prince, had everything. He had cool armor, a sword, a bow, and a fancy robe. And what did he do? He gave it all to David. He took off his own princely robe and gave it to David, along with his armor, his sword, his bow, and his belt. This wasn't just about giving gifts. This was Jonathan saying, "David, I'm with you. I see you. I value you, and I consider you my equal, my brother." They made a covenant, a super serious promise to always be there for each other, no matter what. This was the beginning of a legendary friendship. But while Jonathan was celebrating his new best friend, someone else was not happy at all. That someone was Jonathan's own dad, King Saul. When David and the army returned from battle, the women came out singing and dancing. They sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." Oh boy, that did not go over well with King Saul. He became super jealous, he thought. They're giving David tens of thousands, and me only thousands. What more can he get? But the kingdom. From that day on, Saul kept a suspicious, jealous eye on David. The green-eyed monster of jealousy had taken over his heart, and it made him do some pretty crazy things. One day, while David was playing the harp to soothe the king, just like he always did, Saul's jealousy boiled over. An evil spirit from God rushed upon Saul, and he had a spear in his hand. Suddenly, without warning, he hurled the spear straight at David, trying to pin him to the wall. Can you imagine? David, completely surprised, dodged it, and it didn't just happen once. Saul tried to spear him again. David had to get out of there, fast. He realized his life was in danger. This is where Jonathan's friendship was truly tested. Would he side with his father, the king, or would he protect his best friend, David? Jonathan saw how angry his father was and knew David was in serious trouble. He went to David and promised to find out what his father was planning. It told David, "Whatever you say, I will do for you." So they came up with a secret plan. There was a big festival coming up, the New Moon Festival, and David was supposed to eat with the king. David decided to hide in a field instead. Jonathan would go to the dinner and see how his father reacted to David's absence. If Saul got angry, it meant he was still planning to harm David. Jonathan then created a secret signal. It told David, "Go out to the field where you're hiding and shoot 3 arrows as if I am shooting at a target. Then I'll send a boy to find the arrows. If I shout to the boy, 'Look, the arrows are on this side of you. get them. That means you're safe, and you can come back. But if I shout, look, the arrows are beyond you, that's your signal. It means the Lord is sending you away. You have to run and not come back. They were using a secret code to communicate, all to keep David safe. The night of the festival came, and David's seat was empty. At first, King Saul didn't say anything, but on the second day, when David's seat was empty again, Saul exploded. "Where is the son of Jesse?" he demanded. Jonathan bravely explained that David had gone to his family in Bethlehem. Saul's rage turned on his own son. He was furious that Jonathan was defending David. In his anger, he shouted terrible things at Jonathan and even threw his spear at him, trying to strike him down, just like he had with David. Now, Jonathan knew for sure his father was determined to get rid of David. His heart was broken, both for his friend and for his father's terrible anger. The next morning, Jonathan went out to the field as planned. David was hiding, waiting anxiously. Jonathan shot an arrow and, as the boy ran to get it, he shouted the secret code. "Isn't the arrow beyond you?" It was the signal. David knew he had to leave. After the boy left, David came out from his hiding place. The two best friends looked at each other, their hearts full of sadness. They knew this might be the last time they would see each other for a very long time. They hugged and wept together. It was a heartbreaking goodbye. Jonathan told David, "Go in peace, for we have sworn friendship with each other in the name of the Lord." Even though they were parting, their promise to each other was forever. Even after David ran away and lived as a fugitive, Jonathan remained loyal. He even found David one last time in the wilderness to encourage him, reminding him that he would one day be king. Sadly, Jonathan later died in a battle alongside his father, Saul. When David finally became king, he never forgot his promise to Jonathan. The first thing he did was ask, "Is there anyone left from the house of Saul, so I can show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" He found Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, who was disabled. David brought him to the palace, gave him back all his family's land, and had him eat at the king's table for the rest of his life. David honored his best friend by taking care of his son. Their friendship lived on. Now, that part about the arrows is so cool, right? Using a secret code to send a message. In ancient times, people were very creative with how they sent messages. Sometimes they would even use animals. Imagine tying a tiny note to a pigeon's leg and watching it fly off to deliver your message. Carrier pigeons were like the original airmail. Birds, with their ability to fly far and fast, could carry warnings or good news across long distances, much like how Jonathan's arrows flew to carry a warning to David. It's a fun way to think about how people in the past stayed connected. So what can we learn from this amazing story of David and Jonathan? We learn what true friendship looks like. A true friend, like Jonathan, is loyal no matter what. They stand by you even when it's hard or unpopular. They protect you, they encourage you, and they keep their promises. This kind of friendship points us to the greatest friend we can ever have, Jesus. The Bible says Jesus is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. He loves us unconditionally, just as we Ari. He was loyal to us even to the point of giving his own life. He is always with us, always ready to listen. And he will never, ever leave us. Just like David and Jonathan promised to be friends forever, Jesus promises to be our friend for all eternity. He is the truest friend we could ever ask for. Thank you for listening tonight. I hope this story reminds you of the importance of being a good friend and the incredible friendship we can have with Jesus. Sleep well, and I'll see you for our next story. Good night.